welcome back to the show. I'm loving your comments in these new pre-shows. You guys love the new timer and our countdown. I have so many people go, I don't know when you're going live. So we're giving you like a 5-minute warning now. So I love that you're loving that. Welcome. Today we are live to talk about a hot topic. If you've been following along in January, you know we're talking about goal setting, playing it bigger in the travel industry world, and how to get your business to the next level. And today we're talking about travel agent goals for next level results. What are those things that you should be doing? If I want to play it bigger in the travel industry, what should I be doing? What goals do those 6 and 7 figure travel industry folks do? What goals are they setting? And my suggestions for your top goals for hobby, to move your business from hobby level to full-time. So I said like this, but it's actually 3 top goals. 3 top goals for hobby to full-time. And guys, feel free to say hello below. I would love that. But if these are things that are of interest to you, then keep on watching. We're going to cover it all today.
This could be magical. Whoa. This could be magical.
All right, guys, so before we get started, if you're not already following us over on YouTube, make sure that you do that. Every week we have amazing content that comes out. You're catching the live stream, but we have all kinds of secret videos that go out over on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed and ring that notification bell. And by the way, if you're new, my name is Cyndi Williams. I started in the travel industry, oh my gosh, over 25 years ago. And I have owned and operate my own award-winning, nationally recognized travel agency, and I'm also the CEO of Careers on Vacation, which focuses on helping people just like you launch, grow, and scale their travel businesses all over the world. And if you're new, I don't know you either. Pop a little comment below. Just write, I'm new. I would love to, later I'm going to check all the comments. I would love to say hello and get to meet you. So guys, today we're discussing travel agent goals for next level results. And I'm doing it. Look at can you guys feel the love coming from the set today? How cute is this little mug koozie? I'm in love with it. You guys know I love my mug. So if you are in that place where you're like, yeah, Cyndi, I want to play it big, right? In the travel industry, I want to do big things with my business. I know people are booking again. I know that there's this opportunity. I know that people are looking for travel agents in droves, like more than ever, especially with all the complexities of everything that happened with the pandemic. We are more in demand than ever. So it's a great time to be thinking about this, and I congratulate you even for watching and thinking about this. But what a lot of times happens in our industry is people go, oh, what should I be working on? And you know, where do I need to focus first? Like, do I chase this thing or do I chase that thing? I want to remind you, and if you've been following me for a while, you know I always say you have 2 jobs if you're going to be successful in this industry. Job 1 is to be an amazing travel advisor, travel agent. Be great at what you do. That is only half of your job. The other half of your job, the second part of your job, is you need to know how to be relevant in the online space so you can have that business owner part, right? Like when I started in the 90s, you'd go work for a call center, you'd go work for a mom and pop, your phone would ring and you would make sales. Easy peasy. That's not how it works today. You are responsible for generating leads, marketing your business. Even if you work for another agency, you are still expected to wrangle up your own business. So understanding you also have to have that business owner hat on alongside of I'm a travel agent, travel advisor is really key. So I'm going to help you kind of parse out like what you should be laser focused on in order for these things to come together and make some progress and gain some momentum in your business. So quick quiz for you guys. If you have your business goals outlined for 2021, I want you to put a little heart emoji below. If you don't, put any other emoji that you'd like. And if you're watching on YouTube, then just put in comments, yes or no, on there. Because I just want to know, like, a lot of times people do their personal goals, and then it comes to business, and you have this great idea of what you want your business to be. But then when you sit down, it's like, what goal do I even set to get to this huge dream that I have? It can feel overwhelming. So don't feel bad if you don't. That's why you're watching this video, right? So at any rate, by the way, if you are new and you're just like, I'm thinking about getting in the travel industry, but I don't even know if it's for me, I want to tell you about a free resource. You can go over to careersonvacation.com/masterclass, and you can take my free hour-long masterclass, which goes through the 5 shifts to a 6-figure travel business and beyond. For those of you who are considering getting into the industry or you're very new in the industry, that's a great session to take, and it's totally free. I literally created it because we just get hundreds of questions on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all the places like, Cyndi, should I do this? Is it for me? So that will really help you decide if it's even for you. So with that, let's get into getting clear on next level results. What does that mean to you? That's the first thing I want you to think about. So when I say next level results, it might be a financial, or for some of you, it's not about money. And for me, it's really not about money anymore. Only because when you get to a point where like you can market and you can drive leads on demands, you can take gotta do the things you want to do, it becomes more about that balance in your lifestyle. And the number one things when we interview people, when we're considering consulting with them or whatever, we will ask, like, what does your perfect day look like? And you'll be surprised. Nobody's like, oh, I opened my bank account and there's $1 billion in there. No, people want freedom in their schedule. They want the ability to see their kids off to school without feeling stressed. They want to have their coffee and ease into their morning, or they want to work out and have some time for themselves and not be so rushed. And it's more like the underlying thing is like, what do you want your life to look like? So I want to just say that because a lot of people say, I want this much money. But next level results is not about the money gives you what though, right? Like if you have more money, you can make what decisions? You can have a better house, a different car, you can have more vacation time, you can take your business while you travel. Specifically think about, for me, what does next level results mean? If I put time and energy and effort into my business this year, what do I want to have happen at the end of that period to consider it next level results? So I want you to really get clear on that, because understanding what would be different about your life, these are the things that are going to motivate you to get up every day and do the work that is going to be required to get what you want, right? So the goal should always be in alignment with that vision that you're trying to get to, whether it's financial, personal, lifestyle. So spend some time, even if you just take a piece of paper and like chart it out. Like, I would like to be able to have coffee in the morning. I'd like to see my kids when they leave for school. That was a big one of mine. I want to see them every day when they leave, and I want to be there when they get back. And I wanted to work from home. That was a big thing. Everything that we kind of mapped out just 5 years ago is all come to fruition now, which feels amazing. My husband and I both work from home 100% of the time from our home here in Austin. We moved from Houston to Austin and kind of bought the house of our dreams. But this was just a crazy idea on a piece of paper. I want you to start with that same piece of paper today. And what's your next level outcome, okay? Now, the next thing I want to talk about before we even get into like what your goals should be, because there's 2 types of people, and there's nothing wrong with either type, by the way. The first type will like write out the goals and it's simple and it's easy. And then there is the type that will be like write out their goals, but then they start chasing, well, I heard this works, I heard that works, I heard that, and you'll start chasing so many rabbits, and then you end up in this whole like world of overwhelm. And look, I'm kind of that chase the rabbit person too. Like, I'm like, does that work? Like, we're testing stuff all the time. So I have a little degree of that too. So I understand you. I get where you're coming from. But I got some really good advice from a mentor maybe 10, 15 years ago. And we were having really good success with a different business that we owned at the time. And I was like, well, what about this? And and I was just trying to like recreate the wheel where it didn't need to be recreated. And I had the CEO at the time of a franchise who was also a mentor of ours. He said, Cyndi, I think you need to kiss it. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you've never heard that acronym? And he's like, yeah, keep it simple. I'm going to say silly, but some people say the KISS stands for keep it simple, stupid. But I like to not call people, I would never call anyone stupid. So keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple, silly. Like, don't overcomplicate your life. Like, if you know what works and you know how to move forward and you get clarity and you're really laser focused, keep it simple. So, couple of tips I'm going to give you as new, especially if you're a new travel advisor. There's so many rabbit holes you can fly down. Stop wasting your time on feeds where you don't know who's giving you answers. Like, do you know if that, like, I'm on a lot of travel agent pages and travel agent groups, and sometimes I see the most crazy advice. God bless them, because they are really, they're trying to help people, but unless you've had like 25 plus years experience, you're like, don't do that. You just want to like jump in and go, no. So be careful where you're getting like your advice. So stop wasting time like trying to ask questions on feeds from strangers and people you don't know, because you're not sure of like who they are, if they're, I don't know. There's just a lot of like weird stuff going on. Sometimes you can get great advice, and I see great advice, but it's like, are you really going to have time to pick through like, all the berries, and some of them are good and some of them are bad. So are you going to be able to pick through? By the time you test that advice and figure out it was crap advice, it could be 3 months later and you lost 3 months in your business. So be careful on that. Another one is stop trying to reverse engineer other people's marketing and think you know what you're doing. I see this all the time. Like, people will say, well, Cyndi, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to host somewhere and I'm going to try it out for a year and I'm not ready for careers on vacation. No judgment. I wish everybody all love and success. And then they'll come back and they'll show us what they put together. And same thing. It's like they really had good intentions, but they're like, I saw this person doing this or this person doing this, and so I did this. And we're like, yeah, but you didn't have all this infrastructure in place on the back end that you can't see that person's doing. And that's why that didn't work. And that's why you just wasted $10,000 through hiring, this little social media manager and trying to put this together and not knowing what you're doing with targeting. So I want you to recognize, like, every time you see an ad that pops up for another travel agency, you don't know what's behind the curtain of what's going on in their sales funnels, in their process, in how they handle their lead flow, synchronization. All of those things it's really hard to reverse engineer marketing, right? So I just want to put that out there, because it's one of those things where you can spend a lot of money and it's going to end up frustrating you. So it's better to just, if you are going with that, I'm going to do it my own approach, nothing wrong with that, but you're going to have to get some education on how do I do targeted advertising? And you're going to have to test different ads. You may have to even hire some experts to help you with that process. So we'll talk about that a little bit later, but you can't just replicate something that's on someone else's page without knowing the back end and expect results, is what I'm getting at. Stop chasing shiny marketing things. I know they're so pretty. They're so pretty, you guys. I mean, I see them too. Like, oh, this is all the problems to this is all the answers to your problem, right? Marketing people are great. They're great at marketing. That's what they do. So buying like the, $69 this or the $24 set of pictures so that can be good if they're helpful for you and you know how to plug them into a marketing machine. Sometimes that can be good, but chasing all, new things, you just need to make sure those are vetted if you are going to kind of go down that road, because there's a lot of things out there. And, look, it's marketing again. Like, don't hate the player, hate the game. There's all kinds of different things that you can purchase, but unless it's really in a well thought out marketing plan where you're like, you need 20 pictures for a certain thing that you're selling, then you would source that from one of those places possibly, but not until your strategy is in place. So buying books and letting them collect dust, that's another thing that we see happen. Like, which one do I read first? Which thing do I do? Duct taping your business is another one. I know that's one of those things where, let me try this and try that. And I want you to take away the next thing is I want you to take away a level of frustration for yourself. Stop expecting 6 and 7 figure results if you're not willing to invest the time, the money, and the energy required to achieve those things. And I'm going to break those down here in a second, but there's no use in giving those frustration. There's also nothing wrong with doing your travel business at hobby level until you are ready to get into the stage where you want to skyrocket from hobby to big business. But you can't keep doing the same things and expecting a different result. So I'm setting the stage for like where we want to do goal setting. And by the way, achieving goals is actually not that hard. What I mean by that is when you determine what goals you should be setting, you should be asking yourself a few things. One, what are my gaps in my business? That's really what you should start with. Like, what do I need to learn, adjust, fix in my business so I can move forward or get past this plateau? Those are your gaps. The next thing you do is figure out what you need to fix those gaps, right? So once you figure out what you need, you get it, and guess what? You magically will start to grow. So that's the process of achieving goals. The reason that it's so hard to achieve goals is because people get in their own heads and they get caught up in, it's going to take me time to fix, adjust, or learn that. It's going to cost me money to fix, adjust, or learn that. It's going to, or I have a mindset issue, right? Am I capable? Oh, I could never do what so-and-so does. Oh, what if I spend money or spend time and it doesn't work? Those are mindset issues. So it's one of those three things that stop you from that process of determine my gaps, get what I need to fix it, and grow, right? So if you're going to get into a next level business, you're going to have to spend some time and effort. Like, it doesn't just happen without time or effort. You're probably going to have to spend some money, unless you've been in the industry a million years and you know all the things, right? Even I spend money every year on experts. So I don't think I know everything. I hire experts for social media. I hire experts for sales funnel. I hire experts for copy. I hire experts for all kinds of different things. And then I group them, learn from them, and then we make them available to the students in our program, because each of those people is a lot of money, right? But all that to say is, like, I don't know. If you think you know everything, that's where people a lot of times will go wrong with goal setting. It's the questions you don't even know to ask that will get you in trouble. What's a Facebook pixel? How should I be using Reels on Instagram? Like, the questions are endless, right? So, but what I'm getting back to, like, the prohibitors from getting into your goals. Time. You will find time for the things that matter most. So the question is not, can you grow this year? The question is not, are you capable? The question is, am I going to make time for the goal of getting my business to the next level? You take a shower every day, probably, right? That's important to you. You get your kids to Taekwondo. You get dinner on the table. Those things are important. They need to be done. So making sure your list, if growing your travel business is not at your top 3 priorities, maybe you table it. Maybe it's okay that you do hobby for a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're really getting serious, you have to go, okay, I got to make time. Where am I going to carve out that time and commit to that? The other big hurdle is money, right? You buy things all the time. We all do, that have 0 ROI, right? Like, these macadamia nuts on my desk have 0 ROI. This cute Paris mug has 0 ROI. I mean, it's cute on my desk, right? But the point being is, you buy an expensive purse, expensive shoes, an expensive car, whatever the thing is, and that's never going to give back to you like investing in your business. So stop thinking of investing in your business like and I think as women we do this a lot, as a off the wall purchase, right? It's not. You're investing in tools, training, or resource so you can grow or so your business can grow. So, like, and this is kind of crazy because me and my husband have had a real shift with this in the last 10 years, because we recognize, like, when we fix stuff, we can move forward. So I have full liberty in my business. Like, I could spend $10,000 today on an expert or a service or something that I feel like we needed, and I wouldn't even have to ask my husband. But if I'm going to spend $10,000 on a purse or some jewelry, I would have a conversation with him and go, yeah, do I really need this? But when it comes to the business, we trust each other enough to go, if that's going to move us forward, or that's going to help our clients more, or that's going to move us to the next level, we spend money on that because it's not the same money. Does that make sense? Is this resonating? Can I get an amen? Like, and this was a hard thing because I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up in Michigan where, like, money, and I grew up in the recession. My dad worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. So I had to get through all those mindset shifts of hang on to your money. Ooh, don't, just do, it was just a whole different philosophy that so many of you I know have to work through before you get to that place of, like, spending money. It's not spending money on yourself. You're spending money on your business. So it took me many years, because I would always try to do things the super cheap way and duct tape, and I'm going to figure it out myself. And that shit didn't work. It didn't work. I tried, and it was frustrating, and I never slept, and it was overwhelming. And when I really started to get good help and make big shifts in my business, I was like, oh, okay. When I have a problem, now I look for, like, how fast can I fix this, and who can I pay, and what can I do to, like, get it adjusted. So it doesn't have to happen overnight, though. It's like, invest in that first little thing that you need, and don't think of it as just a frivolous purchase, right? This is an investment in my business so I can grow. Okay, that's the money one because I know you guys struggle with that the most. I totally did too. Mindset and fear. This is probably after money the most difficult one because I've never worked in the, right? You're thinking, I've never worked in the travel industry, or I'm so new to the travel industry. There's all these veterans. And I know our industry has a little reputation for not being as warm and welcoming as we could, which is one of the reasons I started my whole company, is I wanted a safe place for everybody. And I also believe that with a $1 trillion industry, all of us can have abundance and be successful. I'm a firm believer of that. So I am community, right, over commissions, if you will, right? So community first in terms of helping new people. I mean, I've been doing that for 20 years. I started training new travel agents in the 90s. I've trained thousands of new agents. So I literally have had hairdressers come in and they're a travel agent in a few weeks. I've had people who are attorneys that come in and they're a travel agent, down the road. So at any rate, all that to say, when it comes to mindset and fear, today's environment, again, is different. You're home by yourself with just your noggin. So if you have not been told you are capable, yes, you can. I believe in you. You should follow your dreams. If you don't have that programming, and not most of us do, right? Because our parents, God love them, do the safe thing. Go to college, get that degree, and work for a corporation. And because that's the mentality of my parents. You work for that company for 30 years and you retire with that same company. So I am like in left field where my family's concerned. Every time I did something new, they're like, "Are you sure?" Ooh, I don't know, right? So you have to have unwavering belief in yourself, or you have to at least start to make that shift. And if the people around you are not fueling your flames, then you need to get a new circle. So I just throwing that out there. Like what most entrepreneurs do is, when that fear comes, the fear comes for all of us. Like if I'm going to spend $10,000 or something crazy on whatever I need, of course I'm like, oh, I hope this works. Oh, I'm a little nervous. I said, what's this going to do for me? What's my ROI going to be? I ask those same questions, and I'm not saying it's even easy for me. It's not easy for anyone to make a change, an adjustment, learn something new. But what's different with people who are highly successful and people who kind of do the sit and wait is that they feel the fear and they move forward anyway. They move forward with the fear. Fear is that's a natural part. You're not going to ever be able to eliminate fear 100%, okay? So just know those are normal feelings. You should be fearful whenever, there should be a little element of fear whenever you're doing something new. That's normal. So just rest assured. Okay, that was like a lot to unpack, and I didn't mean for this to turn into like a super coaching session, but if you're here for it, I love you, and I hope these are helping you. But let's get into the goals. Like, what top pick goals for growth in 2021 should you be focused on? So the first thing I'm going to tell you is invest in someone to help you close those gaps. So if you've identified what those gaps are, and if that person, by the way, is not me, that's fine. I always wish everyone love and abundance. If I don't resonate with you, that's awesome. If I do, that's awesome too. I'd love to help you. But whatever your gaps are in your business, you might be watching this and not be a travel business, and I can't even help you. But whatever your gaps are, you need to find someone who's doing it in a big way. Find someone who's already successful at the thing you need to fix in your business, and learn from them. Take their program, buy their book, hire them for a consult, whatever the thing is, right? Close those gaps in your business, okay? The next thing is get real marketing in place. So this is another one, like just throwing some stuff on social media is not marketing. Having a well thought out, multifaceted marketing plan is really important. Real marketing equals real results. That should be your mantra. Real marketing equals real results. I'm talking about targeted and yes, sometimes paid marketing. You have to spend some money to drive new leads if you want to stop just servicing friends and families and referrals. It takes a long time to build a friend family referral business, like a long time, right? So getting real marketing allows you, like most businesses, to open up your doors, which for your case is probably your laptop every morning, and leads come to your business. People you don't know, people you've never met, right? That is how you know you've shifted from a hobby business to real business, when you are servicing real people in the public who have never met you, did not come by way of an acquaintance, or you've been booking trips for 20 years from them, okay? So get that real marketing in place, guys. That's how you will make the biggest leaps, because when you can control the flow of leads that are coming in, obviously if you have more leads, you can have more sales, which equal more profits, which goal achieved. And then the next one is a fun one. And I'm going to issue this as a challenge for you guys, because this is something someone told me when I, like my first year in the industry. So at least probably 26, 27 years ago. They said you should always be working on your next big trip. That will keep you motivated to do your job every day. It keeps you excited about what you do. And I'm going to issue a challenge further. There are so many deals and specials out there right now for everything, where you can literally just put a deposit down and book the thing you've always wanted to do. So whether it's a trip to Hawaii, it's a river cruise, it's that, Alaskan cruise, it's the Disney at the Grand Floridian, I don't know, the big one you've always wanted to do. And, in a lot of cases, we can book into way far ahead, right? Next year and sometimes even beyond, depending on what you want to book. I want you to research a trip, and I want you to put a frickin' deposit down for your family to take that trip. And here's why. One, you're not going to have to pay until whenever the final payment is. Between today or whenever you book the trip and when that final payment comes due, you got work to do so you can pay for that trip. That is going to motivate you every day to get on it, get on top of it, book this thing. Sure, can you cancel and get out of it? Of course you can. That's your safety net. But you're not going to have to do that, because you're going to follow these steps that we talked about today. You're going to get your goals in place. You're going to close those gaps, and you're going to make those adjustments so you can reach that goal. And this is going to be your celebration. That cruise, that safari, that Hawaii, 3-island trip, whatever the thing is, right? Book it now. I want to deposit it. In fact, I want you to comment and tell me where you're booking the trip right now. Tell me right now where you're going to book that trip to, and then I want you to follow up, and I want you to do that. And again, I want to remind you guys, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to get the same results. So this year is about committing to playing it bigger in the industry. There's so much potential. I mean, we never stopped our marketing. We shifted and pivoted a little bit and adjusted our messaging. But this is like a regular wave season for us. Yes, we've had to adjust, like all of you, with some of the, the travel bans and all the things happening. But we are adjusting, and we're still making tons of sales every day, and we feel great about that. So, guys, if this is resonating with you and you have gaps in how to grow your travel business, in how to become a better marketing to grow your travel business, if sales is something you struggle with, expert positioning, or the ever-present mindset is holding you back, I would love, love, love to help you. We have our Careers on Vacation program for people just like you that helps you launch, grow, and supersize your travel business. So I want to remind you that you can go to careersonvacation.com/ready now to apply for Careers on Vacation. We have limited spots because we do cap the number of people, but this is the program, guys, where you get our training program online. You can do it on demand. We have all the modules that, by the way, you get lifetime access. So even 3 years from now, you're going to get new content as we update it and as we grow all of those fun things. You also get access to my amazing team, the same team that helped me get from multiple 6 figures a year to 6 figures a month consistently. Yes, that is actually our stats. And this is the most reviewed program, you guys, in the travel industry. We're ASTA affiliated, but we have over 100 plus case studies on YouTube, right here on YouTube. So definitely check those out too. So last but not least, I want to remind everyone, don't forget to follow us over on social. We're also having a ton of fun over on TikTok. Our Facebook group and community is just a place where you can enjoy and connect with others that love travel and who are also growing their travel businesses. We have a special group called Careers on Vacation, which is where we're streaming live here. And so later, if you're watching on YouTube, you can find that. And of course, Instagram. If you want to watch sunsets, I share, there's sunsets on there right now from last night. I am in my backyard all the time and sharing all of the fun stuff going on behind the scenes. We'd love to see you over there. So guys, I love you so much. I see that there's a ton of comments coming in. I'm going to go back and check all of those. But I will be back next week. I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish the world. Take care, guys. last video, make sure you check out my other content to help you grow and scale your very own travel business. And also, I invite you to travel around the world with me and find out what I'm doing in my portable, profitable, award-winning travel business. Check out the videos.